Finally, One Punch Man has returned. It's only been a month, but it felt so long. I mean, we're so spoiled with Murata giving us these incredible, 45-page chapters every 2 weeks with the most mind-blowing art anybody has ever seen. So that 1 month was kind of hard, but I've been chilling. I've just been relaxing a lot, and it's been pretty nice. But we're back with the new One Punch Man chapter. A bunch of monsters are still alive. There is a death among the heroes, and Saitama gets a pet. I'm Mastar, and welcome to the One Punch Man chapter review. This was a great chapter because it really segues into the webcomic material. We're right on track with just about everything webcomic, but we get Murata's rendition of how we're going to lead into the next arc. But let's first start off with the cover page, as we always do, getting Tatsumaki in her streetwear, and this made the weebs go bonkers. Tons and tons and tons of people have been coloring her and drawing different poses of her in this streetwear. The lovable lolly on the cover as usual. You love One Punch Man, and I love One Punch Man, pretty obviously, so why aren't we playing the new One Punch Man video game? This video is sponsored by the brand new One Punch Man video game, The Strongest, an officially licensed turn-based RPG with all of your favorite characters. This is a must-play for One Punch Man fans. You'll fight along Saitama, facing the most powerful villains from the anime, and you'll need to recruit as many heroes and villains as you can so you can form a beast of a lineup and use strategy to dominate the battlefield. Whether you're just a fan or you're looking for a new mobile RPG, One Punch Man The Strongest will let you relive the iconic scenes of the series, like Saitama vs. Boros, in spectacular fashion. There's a variety of game modes that stick to the original anime setting, including PvP battles, disasters, and my favorite, which is the Saitama Quest mode, where you can decide what Saitama does for his daily training. Saitama will also be around to lend you a hand with his iconic One Punch when you need him during battles, or if you need to swipe stages to gather upgrading materials. There's already 1 million registered players, including myself, so join us to get a free 10 pool, old hand avatar, and appearance frame, logging consecutively during the first week to get over 40 additional draws, the A-class hero Ian, as well as a character of your choice. One Punch Man The Strongest is now available on iOS and Android. Support the channel by downloading it right now with the link in the description or by scanning the QR code you're seeing right here. And don't forget to use my promo code OPMTS. Let's fight along Saitama and be a hero for fun. Now, because Saitama's house was destroyed, or apartment complex, in the whole battle with Garo and everything, he has a new apartment now. The Hero Association has built like a dormitory for heroes, and we get to see these 3 A-class heroes, and among them are some familiar faces like Chain and Toad, who was animated in One Punch Man Season 2 in the battle with Garo. Now, apparently they all have some sort of issue with Saitama. There's these rumors going around, and I guess they're kind of coming here to haze him since he's the new guy. And this seems to be kind of a trope among the heroes, is that they do this hazing to new members. But as they go to the door and try to get him to show, it turns out that it's actually King. And King came to visit Saitama as well, but Saitama is out. In fact, right now he is rummaging through all the rubble of his city, trying to find, I guess, any leftovers of his apartment or his things. Now, as we go to the rubble, where Saitama also is, we see a helicopter flying over, and it appears that the Hero Association is keeping tabs on Pig God. They put a tracker on him, and they see that he's rummaging through some rubble. But then we see out of the rubble is Black S. So this is one cell of Black S. As you remember, he had some insane number of trillions of cells formed together to create Platinum S. And after the battle with Garo, he got obliterated, but it appears that one of those cells remains. So I believe that he's gonna be able to, eat and sleep and grow and regenerate these cells over time, but I don't think Black S is gonna become a bad guy again in the future. I think he kind of had his moment, but he's gonna survive here. And because Pig God's not really listening, they bring this new A-class hero that I don't believe we've ever seen before, named Air, to come nudge Pig God and get him to move. This guy is hired muscle from the Hero Association. So Air dashes in at Pig God, and as Air is dashing in, he says, "From what I heard, each and every one of these so-called pillars of the Hero Association were taken out by that single hero hunter. They were spoiled by their position and neglected their training. The majesty of S-Class has fallen." And so this is kind of leading into the theme of this arc. Minor spoilers here because of the web webcomic. Basically, because Garo just dunked on all of the S-rank heroes, faith in the Hero Association has started to tank dramatically, and faith in the S-class heroes as well. We have a cocky A-class rank 35 charging in at Pig God to attack him, who is one of the strongest S-class heroes. He points his boomerang to Pig God and says, if you lose to me here, then that would mean you were never a big deal in the first place. But that's when we see evil natural water pop out. So Saitama punched him, and when he was fused with the ocean, it was evil natural ocean. And when Saitama punched him in the just glorious artistic display by Murata with the water and everything, I mean, it was such a beautiful chapter, you saw his eyeballs kind of fly out. So, in a similar sense to Black S, evil natural water is also still alive in just a tiny fraction of his former self. And evil natural water is one of the most dangerous monsters in pretty much all of One Punch Man. I mean, he has the ability to kill people instantly with his jet streams. Air, this new A-class hero, just charges in and throws his boomerang, and evil natural water just straight up murders the guy, just straight up kills him, shooting a jet stream right through his neck. Pig God wastes no time jumping on evil natural water and eating him. And as he does, evil natural water tries to shoot his way out, piercing the crap out of Pig God, shooting jet streams all through his body, but luckily none of them hit his brain, I guess. But he just burps and he's okay. Now we know that Pig God has these, regeneration capabilities and things like that, so I'm sure he'll be fine. He's a very, very tanky S-class hero. Pig God confirms that's why he was here rummaging through all the rubble. He had a feeling that they might not have destroyed that monster, so he came just to make sure. And he says that evil natural water is digested now, so I believe he is gone for good. And as Pig God says, he's like, yeah, I'll go with you to the Hero Association. I want to eat some ramen first, but take care of Air, who's dying. There might be some other monsters as well, so make sure you survey the area, which we've already seen 2 of the monster cadre have survived. Black S says if he eats some protein, he'll be able to build up an emergency of extra lives. Right now in his current state, even a puppy could beat him. So he's like, maybe I'll eat some bugs. And this is kind of important because what we're gonna see here, he's talking about puppies, and we see Saitama, who lifts up a building, and I guess that's his apartment complex. I love this picture, by the way. And we're gonna see Rover in just a minute, but first, Black S recognizes Saitama, and very interestingly, somehow, he remembers that Saitama was the one to take out Garo. And this is extremely peculiar because besides Genos, nobody else was able to see that. That's very, very strange to me. In fact, everybody thinks that it was probably Blast who came in, one-shot Garo, and then just dipped. But somehow, some way, Black S was able to recognize this. So I think Black S will survive and maybe not come back as a villain, but perhaps, now that he has the knowledge of Saitama's true power, maybe he'll spoil that later down the road or tell someone, and it could change some things story-wise later on. As Saitama sets down the building, apparently Rover was there, and he's very tiny now. If you remember Rover from multiple battles deep in the Hero Association, Rover vs. Garo, Rover vs. Saitama, he's been hit a lot. He survived a punch from Saitama. Now, why is he small? I guess it's similar to these other 2 monsters, Black S and Evil Natural Water. They're also very, very tiny, a fraction of themselves. All of these monsters, 99% of them or more has been blown away. And I believe it's possible that every time Rover took a hit, because he was in multiple battles, perhaps he shrunk a little bit. They don't explain it, but I guess it would make some kind of sense. And the expression on Saitama's face is hysterical. He's like, what a huge dog. Even Black S is surprised that Rover is still alive. And then we get this just charming moment where Saitama lifts up Rover, and Rover's looking at him in the eye, and Saitama says, what a nice dog. I just love this. Now Saitama is going to adopt Rover, and he's going to become his pet for a while. And that's when Black S just pops out and introduces himself for some reason. I think Genos dipped. He said, I have to go to the Hero Association, and Black S has just popped out. So he's gonna have a conversation with Saitama. I don't think Saitama's gonna, one punch him or anything, but maybe they're gonna have a conversation about the time travel and Saitama taking out God Garo. That's all we have for the chapter here today, but the main theme of this, besides Saitama getting a pet Rover and Black S being alive and Evil Natural Water, the main thing is this A-class hero Air and his ignorance as he goes after Pig God. Everybody thinks the S-Class heroes are weak now because they lost to Garo, and this is going to cause a great disturbance among heroes in general. And so, spoiler, we're going to get into, in this arc, the Neo Heroes, the new hero association. We're going to get a lot of great new characters. Some of the S-Class will move over to it, and there's going to be 2 hero associations now. So, as we get the next chapter, probably in 2 weeks, obviously I will make a video. Don't forget to check out One Punch Man, the strongest. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button